Now, I think all of our abilities are going to be grayed out until we start. So I'm going to need to take a moment to build out our base and get some weapons that we want to tinker with. So bear with me for a moment. I'm going to build a few ballistas, a few catapults, and then we'll spend some money on... Do we have some with a rifle? We have some with a rifle. We could use a longbow. Y'all got any of that longbow? We could use a magic orb is fine. A druid staff is fine. A spear is fine. Just looking for items that we have been doing some testing with. Blood crystal. We talked a little bit last time about making blood crystal have a heal on it. So I wanna tinker around with that. Grab one of those, grab one of those, grab one of those, grab one of those. We don't have enough heroes for all of these items, but we'll just grab these to start with. And let's get our heroes equipped. So I'm gonna take your swift boots away, and I'm gonna give you the blood crystal, because I think the blood crystal is the item that we're most likely to modify. Give you a regular... Well, we haven't really modified the regular sword. We'll give you a two-handed sword. Give you a magic orb. I think we did do some changes to magic orb. And then spear, because I think we're still workshopping spear a bit. Okay, everyone at least has 2 weapons. I guess someone needs to come down here and handle things over here. But the main thing we want to do is we want to put you over there. Yeah, so unavailable during those phases. Okay, so let's get into the next phase. Uh-oh. I can't proceed to the next phase. But why? This is one of those situations where I'm like, did I miss something like totally obvious? Proceeding to the next phase is unavailable in this phase. That's alarming, to say the least. It means that I've done something truly silly. Let's try again now that I've spent some more money. Okay. It literally wouldn't let me because I hadn't spent money. Now, you are... Okay, so right now... Uh-oh. I can't unselect my heroes. All right, we have broke things sufficiently. Oh my gosh. So, I'm stuck highlighting this hero. He has Magic Bash, which has the rifle icon. Everything is Magic Bash now, except I can't switch between. I also can't... Escape is not working. So we may have a problem, Houston. So this didn't work quite the way that we wanted it to, it seems. So invalid cast display unavailable. Skill definition Magic Bash. Valid targets turret. All right, we may have to find a log file here. When in doubt, find a log file. Please hold. I don't think we get anything useful out of the log file, but I will try it anyways. Roaming. No, are we not? We're in local. Thought it was local low. Ah, there it is. I'm just blind. All right, so we have a log file from 10 a.m. today, which is that's this playthrough. So let's see. I can. Is there anything sensitive in this log file? Are we giving away like external IP addresses or anything silly like that? Looks like no. That's an exception. All right, here we go. Null reference exception. Object. Okay, so this looks relatively safe for me to bring up. So let me grab this. Here's our log file. And everything was going well. Well might be a little strong until we got to this null pointer exception. No rewired action has been found for ID int -1. Rewired action. We opened and closed the shop, blah, 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 and then things got unhappy. So this is still while we were in. This is a surprising time for this to happen. Now, I know that during the production phase, we were already starting to have issues. So what do we have? Last stand model skill action execution. Get skill source tiles. What was the last exception we got? The one that killed us. Very small file size has not been found for accuracy trying to get small. Okay, so this is in the tile-dependent orientation function of try to add target, compute target validity. Okay, so it is dying where we kind of expected it to die, right? It is clearly dying in the place that we're trying to set the button interactivity on Magic Bash, and we're not succeeding. Okay. Well, I mean, that's good, right? That means that while this is not working, while it's not working, it is unsurprising. So I'm tempted just to start out by getting rid of this target health left thing and just doing the contextual condition building exists. And then I also want to go back and look one more time. Yeah, it was unhappy before that, but I think it was firing the same error, and we can go back and double check. But if we come here, it's been ever since we had the ability to place units, it's been the same thing. See, try to add target, tile dependency orientation, skill action execute. So it's been the same error over and over again. So, okay. So first of all, let's see if I can kill the last spell. I tried. There we go. All right. So we can at least gracefully kill it. So for the time being, I think let's go back and make some changes here. So in here, if we get this set up properly. So we had this target max health thing that I don't know that we care about. Yeah. Alt F4 working feels good. So is contextual. So one thing that we may run into, and this may be the stream where we roll up our sleeves and try and figure it out. But the thing that I want to do more than anything right now is I want to be able to look at this stack trace and actually see what's going on here, right? Like how far down the rabbit hole have we tumbled? Where have we ended up? What are they trying to do in triad target or tile dependent orientation or get skill source tiles? So this may be the stream where we start to crack the nut of how do we actually view and decompile the code. But before we do that, why did I get rid of that? So we've commented that out. It's also possible that this is only a skill definition, right? We know that skill definition has the ability to have contextual conditions on it. We just know that. And we also know that categories exist and turret is a valid building. So let's go back and look at the brazier again and see if there's anything that we're missing here. So the only difference in the skill definition is we did not do is brazier specific. It makes me want to do a quick search through our files for specific. Where else is this used? Specific damage bonus is brazier specific. So there's very limited usage of specific. I was wondering if there was is item specific or something like that, and maybe we needed to set that flag so that it's not looking in general. But there were no other specific mentions. Then we're defining valid targets and invalid behavior, which is displayed unavailable, and then a contextual condition, and then we're going into a very standard type of thing. Although in this case, it's doing extinguish brazier 10, and then it has a cast duration. So from my reading, this right here, what I am highlighting, is all of the difference between the two. That coupled with this here. Now, I put this, ordering should not matter here. But just because I will put that at the very beginning, right? So we are changing that. So at least all of our changes are grouped. We're setting some valid targets. We are setting an invalid action. And I got rid of this. So let's just try. Let's try importing that into the bundle extractor. All right. We will do that. Save and apply all. Oh, did I? Oh, I did not. Good. And then we'll delete that. Copy that there. We'll do that. Let's fire up the last spell again. And now I have the player log open, so that should... We should get new goodies as it fires up. Okay, good. Oh, I'll shift this over. And then we'll see if we're immediately besieged by the same issues. We're back in deployment. All right, so if I take this guy and move him over here, so far no exceptions. Now we're only in the deploy phase. So if I move him here, so right now we have normal magic bash. I'm going to start him away from away from these. But let's go in again and just see. Okay, can I cycle through my heroes? No. Magic Bash is normal right now, but I can't use it. All right, same error. Skill, action, execution, get source tile is still failing. And it's a null reference. All right, well. We'll let that die a terrible death. And then where is... Yeah, so this... Part of me is like, what if we go... All right, so yeah, so I think this is a non-starter for now. This concept is probably not gonna work out. But it was a very interesting exploration. And I want to hang on to this because I think maybe there's some legs to it with proper tweaking. But let's yeah, something is amiss. We don't know exactly what. Let's get a working version of things fired up. Bring back up the player log file. And we'll make sure that we haven't made any other mistakes, because I would hate to write this off based on the fact that something else is not working. But right now, that exception looks so localized to what we are specifically trying to do that I suspect that everything is going to be fine when we swap over to this. Yep. All right, everything is better. Let's double check the logs, make sure nothing funky is happening. Interesting that we have some... Ooh, so this is... Well, so we don't have another example of a contextual condition. Like, I can search for this. Okay, so what do we have here? So we have the in Watchtower contextual condition. See, go into Watchtower free is contextual. We have... Oh. So this is interesting. So valid targets, this one is using a building with an ID as the option. Ah, okay. So when we were looking at... Oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. Sorry. Here we go. So we were looking at... When we're looking at go into Watchtower, it uses a building ID as opposed to a category. Now, I will say it should support both, but you know. So let's go back to this. So right, so here we were using building exists with a valid targets and a building category. But it looks like maybe we need to try out a... Let's go here. So in the case of Watchtower, we're still using... where did I find that? Is this one here? In the case of Watchtower, we're still using building exists, but then we're using valid buildings. Watchtower must be empty. So let's copy this. Come over here. Wish I could figure out a way to make that always capture. So we're gonna do... We're gonna say building categories maybe doesn't work. Now, I would like to use building category would have been better because I'm worried that we're gonna have different IDs for each of the turrets. We don't want it to be, we don't need it to be empty. So we're just gonna do building equals Watchtower. Now we could just do that, but I didn't build a Watchtower. So now we're gonna go into our building definitions here. And the building definition for combat building, this building's ID is Ballista. Now, the issue is that we are specifically dealing with a ballista tower, right? And this is where things get problematic because we can use the ID Ballista Tower, right? Because that's the one that's the building that we're using. And I guess this is good because then we can have multiple versions of it. But so we're going to say that the building ID must be a ballista tower. So Magic Bash is only going to be valid if you are standing next to a ballista. Now, for the Watchtower example, uh-oh, where did that one go? That was in... Where was I seeing the Enter Watchtower thing? I've forgotten already. Skill definitions of buildings, maybe? I don't remember. Oh, no, that's right. It's because I found it via this. So it was in Skill Definitions Miscellaneous. Yeah, now I found it. And it is still listing it as contextual true. Okay, cool. So let's try this out. We got another potential here. We've made the changes. This all looks good. Ballista Tower is contextual true. I need to add that in. Save that. We can get rid of this. All right, let's re-import the appropriate stuff. Save and apply all. Save. Do that. I think I'm going to start using Alt F4 as our standard way of exiting, since it doesn't seem to be causing any issues to speak of. Famous last words, but it's something that I can kind of start the process of it shutting down and then do that. We've got that. All right, and then we should bring up the player log because that's going to be the sad sack here, if anything. Okay, so if I grab you, okay, we'll stand you over